6 o'clock. I hereby call this county meeting over for February 20, 2025. It is 6 p.m. Class, Mr. David Dyer, good indication.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you again today in humble prayer. Lord, we want to thank you for the many blessings that you give us each and every day, although we may not be deserving. Lord, we want to thank you for our community and everyone in it. Please be with everybody tonight. Please give them wisdom, understanding. Please, Lord, make sure that everybody's safe and bless everybody here. Please believe in our public safety and our military. Also, Lord, please forgive us for all the times that we fail you. In Jesus Christ's holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I hereby approve the minutes of January 16, 2025 county meetings as presented. You all have a copy included in your agenda package. The first one tonight is proclamation. The first item on the agenda is the recognition of the Union County Recreation Department, 12 U girls, 12 U boys, and 14 boys. Basketball teams for their wins in the Mountain Athletic Conference Championship games. Mr. Tony Hughes, County Manager, is going to give you the details of these games and subsequent wins.
Thank you. Ms. Susan, would you mind coming up, please? I want to thank everybody for coming. Got some really extra special folks here tonight, and three of our rec teams, really super proud of them. I'm going to ask our first group of girls to come up, the 12U girls. Y'all will come up, please. Coaches as well. Coaches as well. Cody. Ashley, come on. These are your 12U girls. Coach Michaela Hemphill, Assistant Cody White, and Ashley Davis. Do not let their smiles fool you. These girls will battle on the court. They have a name in the girls, 12U. Agencies know them, or know that when they show up, they're there to ball. During the tournament, they played three games. They had a 21 victory over Gilmer, a 57-10 victory over Dawson, and a barn burner for the championship 35-31 win over Fannin County. This is a very well-coached team, and we look forward to seeing what the future holds. Thank you. Can I have our 12U boys and coaches, please? The 12U boys coached by Tim Mason and assistant coach Stephen McElroy. This team leaves a footprint wherever they go, beating every team by 20 points or more. They put the work in, they put the work in as it shows. They're well coached and show up both defensively and offensively come game time. Their first game, they unfortunately won by forfeit. Second game, they had a 60-35 win over Gilmer, and they won their championship game over Dawson 53-31. District in sight, and they're not done yet. Thank you. Can I get 14 boys and coaches, please?
They're getting bigger every year.
14 boys coached by Trevor Pendergrass and assistant coach Austin Norman. Only 7 guys started on the roster beginning of the season. Only 5 of them go to the tournament. That means no breaks. All 5 had to play the entire game. They went to the tournament as underdogs, made adjustments every time out. They played 3 games. The scores were as follows: a barn burner against a very well-matched team, Lumpkin County, 41-37. Then after being told that they were facing the best team Dawson has had in 18 years, they did no back down. It was yet a barn burner, and they sent them home with a score of 60-56. Last but not least, the team known to dominate 14U, they had to meet in the championship. It was not a barn burner. Union took the championship, took it to the house with 46-29 victory over Gilmer County. While the buzz about winning the championship, Union County Rec Department is very proud of the sportsmanship and leadership shown to these young athletes. We hold our coaches and athletes to higher standards when in uniform and appreciate the great representation of our county. Thank you not only to the volunteer coaches, but the parents of these young athletes for raising these kids and entrusted us with them. We have had other agencies comment on our sportsmanship and the caliber of coaches, and to the rec department that is better than any trophy. So thank you. All of these teams, plus the 10-year-old teams who started tonight, will be representing Union County in District 7 Class C District Tournament. Wish them the best of luck, and go Panthers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes and Ms. Dawkins. Congratulations to all the winners. Number 2 is an agreement. I hereby accept this agreement between Union County and the Georgia Department of Transportation for grant funding in the amount of $158,250 for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025 for the fiscal year of 2025. These funds are for the operation of the Union County Transportation System. As you notice, this agreement is close to expiring. GDOT moves very slowly with processing of these grants. So the original grant documents for signing were sent to Union County in the fall after the grant period had already started. It was signed digitally by the previous administration, and there were subsequent issues with the uploading of the notary signature and stamp, since everything is required by GDOT to be completed digitally. This rolled over into January and my term, and we were able to get all the signatures completed to GDOT liking. The delay has not caused any issues with the county receiving the approximate reimbursement of the period of July 2024 to now. Number 3 is agreement. I hereby accept this vehicle license agreement between the State Properties Commission and Union County in the amount of $10 for all that tract, partial or portions of land consisting of 1.15 acres of real property lying and being in Union County, Georgia, commonly known as North Georgia Technical College, located at 95 Senior Citizen Drive, City of Laramie. This land is located adjacent to the Union County Senior Center. This land will be utilized for additional parking for the Union County Senior Center on the left as you turn onto the Senior Center Drive. Number 4, business license. Everyone has been provided a copy of the list of business licenses issued in Union County from January 16, 2025 to February 17, 2025 for the purpose of operating a short-term rental in Union County. I hereby approve all business licenses contained on the list provided, and this will be made a part of the minutes. Number 5 is contract. The next 2 items are both contracts related to the fueling system at the Union County Road Department. I am going to officially accept both of them and then ask Ashley Holland, Administrative Assistant of the Union County Road Department, to come up and further explain what both contracts are for. The first one, I hereby accept the contract between Estes Equipment Company Incorporated and Union County in the amount of $11,275 for the replacement of the fuel system monitoring equipment at the Union County Road Department. Number 6, contract. I hereby accept the contract between Estes Equipment Company Incorporated and Union County in the amount of $16,665 for an OMETC ATG replacement at the Union County Road Department. Miss Ashley, could you come up?
Hello. So for the $11,275 is going to be the fee for our monitoring system. And what that entails is for our site monitoring, our tank monitoring, also for our monthly inspections. They also come and do all of our changes of our filters and such. The fee of $16,665 is going to be for the replacement of our monitoring system. That's going to be for the OmniTech. We currently have a Veeder-Root system. The Veeder-Root system that we've had in place for over 20 years. As of January 1st of this year, that system no longer can be fixed if it were to break. So we have decided to replace it with this system. With this system, we now can actually access it electronically. We do not have to use a printout by paper. So we're really excited about this. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Number 7 is a contract. I hereby accept this contract between GMAS Incorporated and Union County in an amount of $255,589.50 for the reappraisal of 1/3 of the property in Union County for the year 2025. The duration of this contract is from January 29, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. While I am not thrilled with this contract of its amount, I was able to negotiate it down from approximately $305,000 to $255,589.50. I want to thank all the employees in the tax assessor's office for taking on more work related to the reappraisal, which allowed GMAS to decrease their cost amount. Moving forward towards transitioning away from using an outside firm to reappraise Union County property, but this is going to take time. Personally, we'll have to be hired and go through extensive training in order to be able to appraise properties in accordance with the rules and regulations of the Georgia Department of Revenue. But there is just not enough time to get this accomplished in the first year of my term. Number 8 is a grant. I hereby accept the Accountability Court Grant K93-8-023 for the first responder grant in the amount of $15,000. This grant period is from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. This grant was applied for and awarded to the Union County Fire Department and the Union County Sheriff's Office. The Fire Department is using a portion to purchase positive pressure fans for ventilating structures. I believe Mr. Sheriff Dyer is here. Can you come up and explain to every one of your portions, please?
We're going to be using our portion of that grant to purchase computer software for some of our patrol cars that will give us GPS, where we can tell where our officers are at all times when they're out on the road, and we'll be using it for that and putting in-car computers in some of our cars. I got a few more updates. Let me go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll give you some more updates on our office. From January 1st up until now, I've applied for different grants and different equipment from other agencies. So far up to date, I've received $116,000 worth of, and I haven't received it, but I've been awarded $116,000 worth of grants and equipment from other agencies, and I've spent $106 to get that amount. Some of that has come from a grant from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. They awarded us that grant, and then a couple of weeks ago, we got a notice from them that the federal government has suspended the grant. I got a notice yesterday afternoon that the federal government has reopened the grant and for us to go ahead and spend the funds. So we're getting approximately $50,000 there to be re-outfitting all of our patrol cars with in-car computers and printers, so our deputies will be able to stay in the field and be safer on them from the federal government. We also received a bunch of enough tasers to outfit everybody in our department and all of our jailers with new tasers from other departments that had went to a newer model, and we was able to acquire these other tasers and enough cartridges to recertify all of our officers for the next probably 4 years. So with all that, we've ended up with $116,000 so far since the first of the year, and we'll continue to keep that up. One other thing that we've done, I'll be coming out with all the details on this in the near future. I've attached one of my drug agents to the FBI Drug Task Force, which is already going to be helping us. It's going to give us the ability to send our cases to the federal court system on our own now without having to call extra people in. It also is providing him with a vehicle, and they will provide the maintenance, the gas, and all that stuff for that vehicle at no cost to Union County. And any overtime that he acquires will be paid through the FBI. And attached to that is also going to be made, he's going to Atlanta here in the near future and be sworn in as a U.S. Marshal, which is going to help us cross state lines to combat some of this drug trade here and hopefully do better for Union County. And all this is at no cost to the county. And I made sure that I can, if something don't suit me or don't work out, I can back out of that contract at any time, so with no penalty. So I'm proud that's going on. The office has been really busy. A couple of weeks ago, I figured it up. We locked up over 24 in 8 days. A lot of them on drug charges. Our jail is full, and right now we're running about 70 to 72 people in our 52-bed jail. But as long as I'm your sheriff, we're going to keep it full because we're going to keep putting the people in there. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight. Anything you want to see me about, feel free to come by the office and we'll have a conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Dyer. Number 9 is resolution. I hereby adopt resolution R-2025-05 to set the Union County alcohol license fee schedule. In accordance with the Union County ordinance related to the sale of alcohol beverages, the fee schedule for license and administrative fees is to be set by resolution. Upon taking office, it was determined that there had not been an increase in license fees for many years. We went up a little bit on each license fee, and the city of Blairville passed the same license fee increase at their last meeting. You all have been provided with a resolution showing the new license fees as well as the previous fee schedule, so you can compare it on your own version, me reading each individual cost increase. Number 10 is a resolution. I hereby adopt resolution R-2025-06 to resolve and elect for the cease required mobile home location decals here in Union County. This resolution hereby relieves the tax commissioner of Union County and the appraiser of Union County for any requirements under the law pursuant to OCGA 48-5-263 and OCGA 48-5-492 or otherwise related to the insurance inspection and enforcement of mobile home location decals. Senate Bill 193 amended OCGA 48-5-492 in the 2021-2022 regular session of the Georgia General Assembly to allow the governing authority of the county in which the mobile home is located to opt out of the requirement to issue mobile home decals as evidence of a mobile home location permit. The Union County Tax Commissioner requested this change and the tax appraiser agreed. Number 11 is a resolution. I hereby adopt resolution R-2025-07 to dissolve the Union County Development Authority effective February 20, 2025. Pursuant to Georgia Code Section 36-62-14, a development authority may be dissolved by resolution of a governing authority if it has no outstanding unpaid bonds or bond anticipation notes. Upon the dissolution of the Union County Development Authority, all assets and debts and rights and obligations held in the name of Union County Development Authority will be immediately transferred to Union County, a political subdivision of the state of Georgia in accordance with the formation documents and OCGA 36-62-14. Number 12 is a resolution. I hereby adopt resolution R-2025-08 to appoint William K. Mercer Jr. as the County Attorney of Union County, Georgia, effective February 1st, 2025. Mr. Mercer has been an Assistant County Attorney since September 13, 2016, and has, from what I have seen, done an exceptional job, and I know he will continue to do so as the County Attorney. We are not going to name an Assistant County Attorney unless the need arises in the future. Number 13 is a resolution. I hereby adopt resolution R-2025-09 to appoint Jennifer Mahan as the open records officer and Jill Chastain as the alternate open records officer of Union County, Georgia, effective March 1st, 2025. In my time in office, I have already learned that open records requests are a large part of the county clerk's job and consume a lot of her time. This often results in delayed responses as well as missed requests when juggling so many different things. I feel that naming Ms. Mahan and Ms. Chastain both as open records officers will allow the workload to be divided and open record requests to be responded to more efficiently. We are also working on streamlining the process through some other avenues, so please everyone be patient with all of it. Number 14 is an ordinance, first reading. This constitutes as the first reading of the proposed removal of Chapter 2, Article 4, Division 4 in its entirety from the Union County Code of Ordinance related to the Development Authority. This ordinance simply reads that the resolutions adopted March 6, 1974 and December 24, 1996 relating to the Development Authority of Union County are not repealed and shall continue in full force and effect pending a revision of the subject matter by the county. With the dissolution of this Union County Development Authority by Resolution R-2025-07, this code section is no longer needed. County updates. Now, our manager, Mr. Tony Hughes, to come down and give us some updates.
Well, a month ago, standing here, we would have been fighting the ice and snow, and for the past month, we've been trying to fix the damage from the ice and the snow. Road department's been working extremely hard. Gravel roads, tar and gravel roads are terrible. They're doing the best they can working as it dries. They try and work, but when it's muddy, of course, can't do a whole lot. One of the projects they did for us up below the jail at Detention Pond, hadn't been nothing, I don't think, done to it since the jail was built 25 years ago, whenever. We had drains leaking, so we took silt fence out, or the chain link fence out. We repaired cleaned the pond out, repaired the ditch line, got the water back in the culvert, repaired that up, grass hose back, so it looks really good. Had some washout down at Meeks Park at the bridge that went in and undermined it underneath heavy rain. We had a week or so back, undermined under the bridge, for replacing it. Spending a lot of time on roads, and I appreciate them and all the hard work they do. Been working on some balancing in some areas, balance workload, some overtime that we worked on, trying to make things balance out some of our work areas. The transfer station, they've got the new baler in, doing a great job with it. That started back last year. They got it finished up a couple of weeks ago, full swing now. It's just really a phenomenal project that's taken place. I'm going to get Mr. Matt White over here. He is our supervisor over the transfer station. I'll let him kind of give you some details on what the baler actually does. And hopefully soon we can do a video and kind of do a video. We can actually watch what takes place in it. I'll let Matt fill you in on it.
The new baler we put in will be able to be, we're going to start taking 3 through 7 plastics, tin cans and everything as soon as we get the new windows. Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be in full operation of it. The bales actually come out to be about 600 pounds heavier than what our old balers do, more efficient. They ain't much, it cuts down on the manpower we have to run it. It's just more economical, I guess, more efficient, and you don't have to have much manpower. That's about it.
Thank you, Matt. The other area we're going to talk about, here again, as you heard in the last meeting, we love our kids in Union County. We've got 5 spring sports coming up. they've got their registrations in. Softball, baseball, volleyball, wrestling, and soccer. We have a total, in those 5 sports, we have a total of 786 kids. That is amazing. And a breakdown on them, we got 436 in baseball and softball, and I think that is a record. 148 in volleyball, 33 in wrestling, and 169 in soccer. The rec department's doing an outstanding job. We appreciate all of our staff and members that work for us. Coaches, volunteer coaches, it means a lot to us. I do want to say that we have a zero tolerance policy. In the past, we've been having some issues. As the registration comes in, they sign, parent signs, registers their child, they sign the zero tolerance policy. In the past few months, we've been having some parent issues, and this is all about the kids. We want them to enjoy it and use their hearts for what it's for. We're going to talk to the umpires, referees, officials. We're going to talk to all the coaches. Keep everything to a tone. We want things to be the best for our kids that we can have. When it comes down to the arguing, we have parents that little Johnny fouled Bob too hard, the referee missed it. They're humans. They're going to miss the calls. We got to stop our arguing. Because zero tolerance, if you're at one of our sporting events and things get out of hand, you're going to be asked to stop one time, and if you don't want to stop, then you'll be given a warning, a heavier warning. If you don't want to stop then, you're going to be ejected. And then when you're ejected, you have to leave the park. So, or gym, whichever. But if you run into issues, have problems whatsoever, rather than bash the officials, bash the parents, argue between each other, get with one of our rec department staff members, resolve it, don't let the kids see this take place, and if they can't get it resolved, bring it to me. We'll work through it and make it happen, but we want the best for our kids of Union County. That's pretty much for me, I think. That's pretty much all I had for this month. But anyway, if you have any questions, ever need anything, I'm always around the office, phone call away.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. I'm down to the commissioner comments, and I do have a couple comments. First one is, I'd like to thank y'all, the taxpayers, because this is what makes the rec department run. It's what makes the kids have a place to play, have a chance to show their skills, and to come together as friends. So I want to thank the taxpayers of Union County for making this possible for the kids that we have in our rec department. One other note, our finance director, Ms. Laura Driscoll, has left and went to work elsewhere. This transition, on top of me taking office, has caused some strain on the office. We are currently interviewing qualified candidates. When I first came into office, I began looking into the possibility of a forensic audit. Within the office, we contacted multiple firms, and they are very few firms that will actually perform a forensic audit on a county government. The main firm that would be willing to take this on stated that with a budget and the size of Union County, you were looking at a cost of anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000. We are currently looking into different options that would yield similar results, such as a transitional audit or an operational assessment, or combination of the two. Now, with the leaving of the finance director, this has somewhat had to be put on hold. We have been reviewing factory operations both from operational standpoint as well as a financial standpoint. We are researching and moving toward implementing a new budget system for the upcoming budget year. Now, the reason I mentioned the financial audit, if anybody's on social media, you can notice where there's certain people want one. And I'll just come right out and tell you, I'm not spending $500,000 of your hard-earned money on a forensic audit. It's not going to happen. So with that, the meeting is adjourned. We'll take questions now. We have a microphone up here, so if anybody has any questions, you can come up and we'll try to answer the best we can.
Yeah. So, Sheriff, you talked about some grants.
Yes, sir.
How many more grants are out there that we could apply, the county could apply for, that we might be able to generate more funds? And I say that based on the current federal administration. It seems like they're chopping everything they can. But there are other possibilities out there that we could get more money coming in. I'm talking specifically because you brought that up, and I was going to address it in the Commissioner's Court as well, to see how much money you think are we missing opportunities to help fund the county.
You know, grants can be a little, sometimes you get grants that will end up costing you money in the long run. So you have to research these grants really well and make sure that, you know, that you're not going to be costing the county or the taxpayers more money in the long run. We do that actively, and when we find something that's beneficial for our county and our citizens, then we go after it. And there's a lot out there, and we're actively researching those right now.
Who actually does it? Is it you or someone in the office?
I do it some myself, and I've got a couple more employees that actually get out and look for those.
Where I was going with that is there's a large, vast amount possibly available. Would it make sense for the county to maybe have a full-time grant writer and researcher to help bring in money? If there's a lot of grants out there available, maybe it could fund their salary. Did you hear that?
Now, I won't comment on the grant, that would, whenever you get done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Nobody pays me attention.
Well, I was checking with them before I did any comment.
I got one after this, but go ahead, can you expand?
Well, what I want to comment on was, as Sean said, grants, so you've got to watch what that grant includes. Back in the 70s, we got a federal grant to build a golf course, to work on a golf course. Well, with that grant, that's all it can be is a golf course. Because when I took office, you know, there's a new roundabout supposed to go in and they go to Hospital Street. Well, I wanted, instead of moving all the power poles and all your waters, all that stuff there in the corner, is move over and take a little bit off the golf course to save some money for the roundabout. Well, you cannot do that with a federal grant. It's got to stay. So we have to watch what grants we look at to get. You know, we got to look at the fine print for the future.
Okay, thank you. One other thing, me being a little older now, sometimes we attend the senior center. I didn't see anywhere here where you may continue funding the senior center. In the past, I think you guys gave like $250,000 a year to fund that. Is that going to be posted at some meeting or?
I think we've already, it's in the budget.
Okay, yeah, I just haven't seen it, so it's still in there. Great, thanks.
We plan on maybe adding some parking out there when the weather permits, we're going to parking for the same.
Yeah, we not hit every each other. That's good.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Yes, I have a question for the lady on the fuel system that she's putting in. Are you putting in a new card system which actually will separate the road department, the sheriff department, or other county departments by department on their consumption of fuel?
Yeah, so what we have now, we have a key system. We'll also still have a key system, and it breaks it down by department. So at the end of the month, when we print our reports, it tells who got what gas. It'll be the same type system.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Another question I have for Chief Dyer.
Yes, sir.
In the minutes, it reflects that he had talked about a program for wildfires in the county. Now, we have about 88,000 acres that's U.S. Forestry Service. Have you talked with them, and how are they going to play a major part in your program?
So U.S. Forestry, their firefighting or their wildfire prevention is their own business. What we're doing this grant with is called Wildland Urban Interface, and it's for property that's close to or beside or even in an area where U.S. Forestry or Georgia Forestry land would be. So this grant, we got a grant to write a plan, which is the Community Wildlife Prevention Plan. That's in the process right now. That was started last year. That plan should be completed in the next couple of months. Once we have that plan in place, then we can apply for grants to help us prevent any kind of wildfire problems that we may have in this county. We can get money for dry hydrants, we can get money for equipment, stuff like that, for prevention, not for firefighting, just for prevention. So that's what the process is. So U.S. Forestry would be involved in that through their Firewise program to help us understand what we may need or might not need. So that's their role.
Thank you.
Now, they do some burns every summer already to help them.
Absolutely, U.S. Forestry will. They'll burn about 5,000 acres in certain areas in the wildlife management areas to help prevent some fires.
Any more? Sure.
Why did you decide to dissolve the Development Authority?
In my opinion, we give, the taxpayers give them $190,000 a year. And what I have seen in the last several years, we're not getting our money's worth. You know, give us 5 years, $1 million. What are we getting? We need some industry brought in here instead of fast food joints. That's one of the reasons I have dissolved it.
A couple of things. My name is Mike Kiernan. One, I'm on the Development Authority. Two is I own Panel Build. We employ 350 people, and if it weren't for the Development Authority, we would not be here. I grew up here, wanted to come back here. If the Development Authority and the buildings that were up in the original development were not here, we would not be here. 350 people wouldn't exist, at least in this area. And I think it's a huge mistake to dissolve the Development Authority. I think it brings in industry in many ways that it may be hard to quantify. And I know that Mitch is our Economic Development Director. I know that he's respected. We've brought in lots of people, almost, I think he's been here 15 or 16 years. He's hit his numbers of the amount of people that we brought in for employment, for businesses that we brought in, for several different areas that we tasked him to hit those numbers. And he's been able to do that. So I don't know if you could reconsider that, but I'd like to be able to show you that you haven't asked that at a meeting of the Development Authority. You just kind of made that, in my opinion, uninformed from the standpoint of even talking with us. And that abruptness also is a big issue that for my company right now, we're in the middle of putting together, building a 72,000 square foot addition for 75 additional employees. When you do this, I will not be able to get an industrial revenue bond that the Development Authority has already passed. When you do that, that hurts my ability to make that 72,000 square foot addition, and it really hurts my ability to employ 75 more people.
Just because I'm dissolving it right now, don't mean I can bring it back in 3 months under new administration. I can bring it back at any time under new administrative.
So then the reason is you just don't like the
I don't like
administration
under the
is
current
there.
administration we're getting our money for.
So when will you bring it back?
I had a guy come to me in the office today, wanting to know, he'd been working with the Development Authority and for months, and he says, have you heard anything about this? They don't reach out to me. We've got to work together. So that's the reason I want to change administration in it.
Have you asked for them to work with you?
Well, they should come to me.
Well, but communication is a two-way street.
I know
Well, it doesn't sound like it.
it is. That's the reason I want a new Development Authority.
When will you put a new development?
I don't know, it may be a month, it may be 6 months.
Well, I'm in the middle of building, trying to employ 75 additional people. It's a really big deal to me. And the county. And 200 new people that are going to be graduating high school in the spring.
I'm not stopping you from employment. You can hire.
If I can't build the facility because I don't have an industrial revenue bond, you are.
We can talk about that. Come up, we'll talk about it.
Please do. Oh, this is the first I knew about it. I didn't know about this until tonight. It's a really big deal.
We'll do what we can do. If we have to put a new board in next week, we can do that if that's gonna save your job. But it'll be under a new administration.
I'm just telling you the whole situation.
Okay? If that's what it takes to save those jobs.
Yeah, if I could just make a comment, really, not a question. We currently have in our pipeline projects that we expect to announce this year, in this calendar year. Over $80 million of investment in projects that will create 400 new jobs. At least one and maybe 3 of those projects would require industrial revenue bond financing, which only the Development Authority can issue. And we've negotiated that with those companies. Dissolving the Development Authority means that we lose that $80 million of private investment in 400 jobs, potentially.
Let me ask you this, we're going to get 400 more people working in the county. The last two joints and all these others are hiring, but nobody's working, so are we going to have to build affordable housing and apartments to bring people in to fill these jobs? You know, one thing calls for another. And I was elected to kind of hold growth down in this county.
Well, we have a, would you like me to respond to that? Please. We have a labor force here, of course, of about 12,000 people that are currently employed in Union County. We also have a regional labor force that we draw upon. So we don't just draw upon labor here in the county. Right now we have about 350. We usually have about 350, 400 people that are unemployed in the county at any one given time. But we draw on a labor force that's regional because we're in the middle of an area that we can pull from our surrounding counties, including Fannin Towns, Clay, Cherokee County, a little bit of Lumpkin County. And that gives us a regional labor force of over 75,000 people that we can draw from. So we're not just looking at the city of Blairsville or Union County to help our employers find jobs or job candidates right now.
I would go further and say that, one, we have 200 new students graduating high school in the spring. That's 200. We also have, I know our company likes to hire people that have gotten certified or trained or degree. Like we have one of our own Union County people, one of our general managers of one of our locations, went to Georgia Tech, came back, graduated here, high school, went to Georgia Tech, was able to come back. If we don't have that job, he's not able to come back. His family isn't able to be here. So we want people to come back, I think. I mean, y'all may not want me to come back, but I want to come back. So I think I think that the economics of that area grows to whatever that is. And if we stop growth altogether, there's going to be a lot of people unemployed real quick.
You won't never stop growth altogether. It needs to slow down is what I think. You know, he said 300 something people unemployed. That's it seemed like that long time. That's probably the 300 something that don't want to work. You know, because there's job openings everywhere in the county. So,
Well, the role of the Development Authority is to help grow the tax digest for the county specifically, and for the city and for the school system. by attracting private investment to the community. That private investment in the community increases the tax digest. The higher the value of the tax digest, the lower the county and the city and the school board can set their millage rates. So if we're not growing the digest, it's necessarily shrinking. Just through the factor of macroeconomics, every year you're losing money through inflation, currency rates, all that sort of stuff. So if you're not growing the tax digest by at least the rate of inflation and the devaluation of the dollar, then you're losing money. And if you're losing money on your tax digest, you have to increase the millage rate and raise taxes to keep up with that. So we're helping the county and the city and the school system keep property taxes low, which I think is in everybody's best interest.
Well, the more you grow, the more police protection you gotta have, the more housing you gotta have, and what's that? Taxpayer funded. So, you know, it's a two-edged sword right there. So you want it to grow so you can bring in more tax digest to keep property taxes the same, or you want to stay the same and maybe lower them by not having so many more people move in.
Oh, never mind.
Anyone else?
I'll follow up that with, is your goal with getting rid of the development authority, is it to save 191,000, or is it to reduce growth? 170. 170. Is it to save money, or is it to reduce growth? What is it?
Did he say 170?
Yes.
I think 190.
Either way, 170, 190.
20,000.
Is it to reduce cost or reduce growth?
Reduce cost.
Reduce cost. And what was the bond you mentioned that you're working on, Panelville?
Industrial revenue bond.
And how much is it?
It's for $6 million.
6 million? So, I mean, how many years is that? 190,000 divided, 6 million divided by 190,000. It's going to take a long time to save that money. A year. I think we're losing out for sure by just getting rid of the development authority.
I said I could reinstate it a week from now, so when he comes talk to me, I can reinstate it next week just with a different administration.
Is your plan to reinstate it?
It's possible.
Or if you reinstate it, would that plan to be increased growth?
Do what now?
If you do reinstate it, is it with the purpose to increase growth?
All I heard was growth, or
There's a microphone. If you reinstated the plan. If you reinstated the plan, what would your purpose of that be?
just a new administration under it, and reinstate so we can, so we won't be spending as much money. I think our, the main one of the development authority is making over 100 grand a year. So. Anyone else?
Have you looked at where that 184,000 or 190,000 has gone in salaries and expenses?
All the salary I know is just one person on salary. That's all I know.
And that's just their salary, that's not paying for all the investigations, all the...
None of the board members get paid, as far as I know.
How far have you really checked into it? Because this was brought into the books back in 1974, so that's way before this previous administration you didn't like. So you're talking about, this was an idea back 50 years ago, and now it's no good. And what difference is it going to be with your administration?
I think I can get the same results or better with a different administration. Is what I'm going at.
Why is your administration any different than any previous? This was a...
When I say administration, I mean, they may be some of the same board members, they may not be, with a new head official. I think I can get better results.
Because if you would work with this board, you could have.
Well, they wouldn't work with me.
Well, I don't know, it didn't sound like you had communication.
I just have a question. I'm just curious, can you not just dismiss the board instead of dissolving the authority? Is the question I have. I mean, you're saying you think you can do better with someone else in charge or someone else leading that authority. Can you actually just dismiss who's on the current authority and put the new people in charge would be my question. Instead of dissolving the authority to begin with.
Well, you've got to dissolve it to
So
reach.
you got, well, can it not be, they cannot, he doesn't have the authority to dismiss people?
No.
So the only way to do this would be to dissolve the authority, create a new authority.
Start
Yeah.
over from scratch.
Start from scratch.
Under the law, under the law.
That's what I'm curious.
Yeah, under the code 30, let's see, 366214, any authority can be dissolved for any reason at any time, as long as there's not an outstanding bond. And then there is no encumbrance on creating a new board if the governing authority wants to. But as far as what you're talking about, no, you couldn't just go in there and dismiss everybody.
Is there a time frame for how long it takes to reinstitute it?
There's no time frame. Development authority is created via resolution and dissolved via resolution.
Anyone else? No one else? Thank y'all for coming.